Oh, so that's what that did.
Now, a bloodied dagger. Could this have been involved in the crime?
It certainly piques one's interest, doesn't it?
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda dearest. I'm just doing my duty.
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is... So, what piece of irrefutable evidence are you about to present me with this time? I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye, and it was death that leered back at me. She hails from Silverglen, a village in the forest north of Sicil. How she made it past the undead without a Legion escort, I'll never know. Though I can hazard an eerie guess. If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply.
Rest in peace.
Wow!
darling.
You smell even better than the fish merchant. Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
Rest in peace, darling.
Jake? Where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake? Wow! You smell even better than the fish merchant. Your awesome smells are so awesome. Wow!
Rest in-
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
The seven brought abundance.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
My, what a strong and handsome officer. The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop. So, what piece of irrefutable evidence are you about to present me with this time? Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It's simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. What'll you think of next? Accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan? Oh, that horrid tome of ill repute. It isn't mine, it was Jake's. He was a politician, don't you see? Always on the lookout for plotting rivals. Always trying to be one step ahead. Really, I should have thought a source hunter of all people would appreciate my dear husband's sense for survival. But all of it is circumstantial. I've a perfectly logical explanation for every piece of so-called evidence against me, and yet you've been trailing me like a bloodhound. People seem to want to believe I am guilty, so let me tell you something I've been keeping to myself. Perhaps it may yet lead to the true culprit. Over the last few months, Jake grew distant. Distant and dark somehow. Something in him changed. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was no longer the gentle man he used to be. In fact, he scared me. It all began the day he met Evelyn, Master Theliron's apprentice. She healed him of what we all believe to be a fatal wound he suffered hunting boars. I think he became obsessed by her, or obsessed by the secrets I just know she holds. Talk to this woman. There is more to her than meets the eye. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she belongs to that sect. You know, to those who worship a goddess without name and practice rituals of blood.
You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist. I said, tis I, Reginald the Illusionist.
One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or two? May the soul of Astartes smile upon you, kind stranger. Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits. Ah, a fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the western cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility. I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul. Thank you, kind one.
Don't donate your time to that charlatan. Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist.
Have some pity.
I said, tis I, Reginald the Illusionist.
So, those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Reginald the Illusionist. I said, tis I, Reginald the Illusionist.
Can you spare a coin?
Makes sense to me. How can you explore the spirit when you're busy keeping up with the Joneses?
He's a con man. Don't donate your time to that charlatan.
And now he's begging to survive. Looks like everything went according to plan.
To that charlatan.
Attention! About face! To the barracks, march! Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots would embarrass a bridge crew. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir. Good luck out there, Hunter.
Salutations.
Ramparts.
Your word is my command, Source Hunter. Go show those undead who's boss. The Legion stands at the ready.
Did you hear that?
It's just the wind, Blossius. Cool your boots.
Since when does the wind sound the same as a stray dog hungry for bones? My bones!
Oh, for the love of Grognar.
Did you hear that?
It's just the wind, Blossius. Cool your boots.
Since when does the wind sound the same as a stray dog hungry for bones? My bones!
Oh, for the love of Grognar.
Did you hear that?
It's just the wind, Blossius. Cool your boots.
Since when does the wind sound the same as a stray dog hungry for bones? My bones!
Oh, for the love of Grognar.
Did you hear that?
It's just the wind, Blossius.
Who are you? Stay back! This haunted yard is terrifying enough without you scaring the marrow out of me. To answer your question, my partner and I were part of an ill-fated cohort of legionnaires sent by Lieutenant Selenia to inspect this church. I suspect the eerie goings-on at that very church for why Livia and I had trapped in our bones instead of prancing about the Hall of Echoes right now. And I do mean trapped. Oh, what I'd give to see my... Oh! What is that? Phew. Thought I had a zombie. As I was saying, oh, what I'd give to see my darling wife, Marissa, once more. My cuddly wuddly doodle pop, light of my life, fire of my flesh. Since I'm good as dead, I'd do anything to be able to deliver one final letter to my dear Marissa. If I tried to go back to civilization, though, I'd be zapped, speared or smashed on sight. It rattles my bones just imagining it. Say, you're alive. Heartbeat, squishy parts and all. Perhaps you could deliver it for me. Just remember this is a private matter between man and wife. No peeking, if you please. You'll run into the entrance if you keep along this road, though I wouldn't recommend it if you value keeping your skin attached to your face. The place is teeming with necromancers and the ghastly creatures they've been resurrecting. Lava, hellfire, a bone shrine, and that's only in the courtyard behind us. I'm afraid our troop never made it past the horror that lurks there.
Tread lightly, will ya? Any sudden movement is liable to give Blossius there a heart attack. Or, you know, a rib attack. Well, who we are now is certainly different from who we used to be. We were elite soldiers, Blossius and I. 2 troops in a regiment of Selenia's finest guards. We agreed to inspect this church. Selenia had an inkling the undead outbreak might have started here, and while we never completed our mission, I'm certain she was right. Near the bridge just behind us, an undead monstrosity has made its own hellscape around a shrine of bones used for gods know what terrible purpose. Perhaps to control each of the ghouls that haunt these lands. Same as what happened to us. Partly, anyhow. We were lost trying to gain ground against the molten devil king presiding over the courtyard behind us. One of our soldiers ingeniously applied a piece of equipment to the ground, clearing a temporary path through the lava. Her plan seemed to work and we made progress into the Hell Beast's arena, but soon we were too far in with no way out. I've never felt heat like that before, Source Hunter. I've never felt fire in and through my skin, my sinews. And then we were all of us little more than bones. But it was only Blossius and I whose souls awoke in our skeletons once more. The rest remain where they collapsed. The Legion's best skilled fighters, burnt bones beneath a broken turnip cart.
Did you hear that?
It's just the wind, Blossius. Cool your boots.
Since when does the wind sound the same as a stray dog hungry for bones? My bones!
Oh, for the love of Grognar.
So good to see you again, Source Hunter. They must come from somewhere, from some vile source. I could make a feeble pun about your hunting for said source. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. By all means. I'll grant you that the two survivors of that expedition were a bit cowardly, but I can hardly blame them. Everyone wants to go home, even if that means indulging in deception. For 2 years, all news has been bad news, and clearly nothing has changed. More dead, more undead, and more letters to write home to grieving widows and widowers. Still, I thank you for telling me, Source Hunter. Knowledge is better than uncertainty.
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, Source Hunter.
The Legion stands at the ready. Your word is my command, Source Hunter. Go show that...
The time of your death is at hand!
Rest in peace, darling.